Welcome to the Data-Driven Student-Centered Classroom. This is a five-star course, and appreciate you participating. During this course, there'll be activities which include using a current unit or past unit, or using what you're currently doing in your classroom to start looking at data and how to use that data to inform instruction and to ensure that all students are learning. There are explorations for you to read and maybe a couple videos sprinkled throughout the explorations for you to watch. As you work through the course, think about a case study, because at the end of the course, you'll be writing your own case study based on one of your students, or if you are not in the classroom, perhaps based on a student that you work with directly. Or you could also borrow a student from a teacher's classroom to write your case study. There's also case studies that will guide our discussion questions, and there's an elementary case study as well as a secondary case study where you'll look at data and then answer questions based on that information provided. And then finally, there's a think it through section. If you've taken other five-star courses, you know that there typically are blogs. There are no blogs in this course, but there's a think it through section that just provides questions for you to think deeper about your practice. So what are the expectations for you as a student? Well, we ask that you complete all assignments, that you meet the deadlines provided in the syllabus, and that you participate in the meaningful discussions. There is a rubric for the discussions that I ask you to look at when you're writing your answers. And finally, that you provide meaningful peer feedback. So when you comment on another student's discussion, there are some guidelines that are provided in the syllabus about that. And that you share any resources that you might have about data with the other participants in the course. So what should students expect from the course? Actually, what should students expect from me during this course? That I'll respond to questions within 24 hours. We will have a designated Google Hangout time, so if there's a time that people want to get together and chat about the course or chat about ideas about data, we'll designate a time for that to happen. You can request a live meeting with me via phone or Skype or Google Hangout, and my information will be provided later on a slide. And also know that I am here to learn from you, as well as you learning from the course. So where are you going to find information about the assignments and the projects and the due dates? Well, you'll find all the information in the syllabus, which is provided in the introduction module. Additional information will be provided in each weekly module. You can always make sure that you ask any questions, because that's how we learn. We learn by asking questions. I would always ask my son when he came home from school at night, what did he learn, but what questions did he ask when he was there? And then, of course, here's my contact information. During this course, there are no assessments, no grades. This is for you to grow professionally and to reflect with both the discussion questions as well as the think it through questions that are provided for you each week. There are some pre-assessments with some modules, so if you would like to opt out of the activity during the module, you can take a pre-assessment, and I will send you that link in an email. And then if you want to answer those questions, and then I will give you feedback about your performance and if you can opt out of the activity during the modules. I would ask that everyone still participate in the discussion, just so those discussions are robust throughout the course. The case study discussion questions are, we want them to be thought-provoking interaction among your peers. I want you to reply weekly to each question, and those are due Sunday at 8. So Mondays are reserved for you to go back and review the discussion and add comments. Ask that you just comment on one participant. If you take in other courses, we've always typically asked for 2, but during this course you can just comment on one other discussion. In Module 9, as I said earlier, you will write your own case study, so start gathering up data, thinking about a kiddo that you want to target for that case study. Think it through. Again, as I spoke earlier, the questions are just for you to think deeper and reflect on what can improve your practices. And again, a reminder that we won't be blogging during this course. The activity, every module has an activity that you'll submit via email to me. So it can be the activity that you do, it can be designed around a new unit that you're implementing, a previously taught unit that you want to revise, or just something that you're currently working on in your classroom. As I stated earlier, you can test out with a pre-assessment of the activity. And finally, in Module 8, you will create an action plan to move your school or your district forward in creating a data culture, and you will submit that to me. There, again, are leading questions to help you write that plan. There's no guidelines of how long it has to be, what it needs to include. Just use those questions to guide your work. So I look forward to spending the next semester with you and learning. So again, if you need anything, you have my contact information, and you can always refer to the syllabus in the course.